Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading Candace KO's Dems, Stunned Democrats Didn't Know What Hit Them by Lloyd Billingsley on Front Page Magazine, April 10th, 2019. The media and the journalists on the left are not interested in telling the truth about me because I don't fit the stereotype of what they like to see in black people. I am a Democrat. I support the President of the United States, and I advocate for things that are actually affecting the black community. That was Candace Owens of Turning Point USA in her opening statement to the House Judiciary Committee on Tuesday. The African American conservative, 29, had not come alone. The person sitting behind me is my 75-year-old grandfather. Owens told the committee he grew up in America where words like racism and white nationalism held real meaning under the Democratic Party's Jim Crow laws. Her grandfather, Owens said, had also had experiences with the Democratic terrorist organization of that time, the Ku Klux Klan. They would regularly visit his home and they would shoot bullets into it. Owens continued, there isn't a single adult today that in good conscience would make the argument that America is more racist, more white nationalist society than it was when my grandfather was growing up. And yet we are hearing these terms center around today because what they want to say is that brown people need to be scared, which seems to be the narrative that we hear every 4 years right ahead of a presidential election. The hearing, Owens said, is not about white nationalism or hate crimes. It is about fear-mongering, power, and control. It is a preview of a Democrat 2020 election strategy. According to Owens, the biggest scandal in American politics is that Democrats have been conning minorities into the belief that we are perpetual victims, all but ensuring our failure. Racial division and class warfare are central to the Democrat Party platform. They need blacks to hate whites, the rich to hate poor. Soon enough it will be the tall hating the short. That concludes Owens' opening statement, but in the course of the hearing the witness said the committee reduced her bio to one sentence. I just think that you open with anti-black bias, and I see it coming from the chairman today, Owens said, a reference to committee boss Gerald Nadler. Stunned Democrats didn't know what hit them. California Democrat Ted Lieu quickly deployed the reductio ad Hitlerum, playing a clip on his phone in which Owens said, you know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler had just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. After playing the clip, Lieu asked Eileen Hirschanov, Senior Vice President for Policy at the Anti-Defamation League, whether people's attempts to legitimize Hitler fed into white nationalist ideology. Hirschanov, a person of no color who once worked for the ACL, said, it does. Lieu did not play the rest of the clip, in which Owens said Hitler had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. Later in the hearing, Owens said, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Lieu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip. And taking it out of context was unbelievably dishonest. Chairman Nadler rapped his gavel, and reactionary Democrats had plenty of company in the media. Candace Owens, a know-nothing flibbertigibbet who has gained a certain amount of wignut cred over the past several years, basically through the threadbare old argument that it is Democrats who are the real racists. That was person of no color Charles Pierce of Esquire, who seemed rather ignorant about racists in the Democratic Party. At their 1976 convention, Democrats were touting a favorite son, but it wasn't Hubert Humphrey, George McGovern or Ted Kennedy. The favorite son was Senator Robert Byrd, West Virginia Democrat, who announced he would not reject the nomination. In 1942, when he was 25, Byrd formed a new Ku Klux Klan chapter in Sophia, West Virginia, and in 1944 wrote to segregationist Senator Teddy Bilbo, Mississippi Democrat, "I shall never fight in the armed forces with a Negro by my side. Rather, I should die 1,000 times, and see, O glory, trampled in the dirt, never to rise again, than to see this beloved land of ours become degraded by race mongrels, a throwback to the blackest specimen from the wilds." Byrd rose to the rank of exalted Cyclops, and in 1946 wrote to the Klan's Grand Wizard that the Klan is needed today as never before, and I am anxious to see its rebirth here in West Virginia and every state in the nation. So when the Klan was in decline, Byrd aimed to be a KKK revivalist. It was only in 1952, when he ran for Congress, that Byrd claimed he dropped his Klan membership. In 1964, Senator Byrd led a filibuster against the Civil Rights Act, and the next year he opposed the Voting Rights Act. Like his Ku Kluxer past, that did not impede his rise in the Democratic Party. In 1971, Byrd defeated Ted Kennedy to become Democratic whip. Byrd was majority leader from 1977 to 1981. And 1987 to 1989, and served a record 51 years in the Senate. After his death in 2010, at the age of 92, former First Lady Hillary Clinton called Byrd her friend and mentor, and Democrats avoided any mention of his career as a prominent Ku Kluxer. As Candace Owens said, the Ku Klux Klan was a Democrat terrorist organization of her grandfather's time. On the other hand, a Ku Kluxer served as Democrat Senate boss and became the friend and mentor of Hillary Clinton, the Democratic candidate for president in 2016. Candace Owens deserves tremendous credit for her candor and bravery, and for calling out the Democrats on who they really are and what their true agenda is. In the hearing, even though she scored a knockout, she also clearly held back, since she could have buried the Democrats even further by addressing the influence on them from Nation of Islam boss Louis Farrakhan, who is on record saying that Hitler was a great man and that Jews are satanic. Representative James Clyburn, third highest-ranking House Democrat, shared a stage with Farrakhan and refused to condemn the racist anti-Semite. In 2005, Illinois Senator Barack Obama took a smiling photo with Farrakhan, and during his time in the Senate, met with the Nation of Islam leader. So in the Democratic Party, the influence goes right to the top. Something to remember going into 2020. With Candace Owens around, the American people will be doing a lot of remembering on that score, and this true civil rights leader merits much praise for that. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. Hi, my name is John Brooker. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you, my beloved.